Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Here we will talk about the different national fashion between British, American, and Indonesian. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Adhwa Zalfa with last name 101.
And my name is Rhea Gita Kosasih with last name 0093.
Okay, first of all, we will talk about the national UK dresses. Next, for the first is Scottish national dress. One of the famous national costumes in the world is that worn in Scotland and kilt. However, some people say that the kilt is not as traditional as some would have it be that, as it may, it is certainly what people associate with Scotland, along with whiskey and brandy that is. For the gentlemen, they use traditional dress like wear kilt, shirt, waistcoat, and dress jacket, stocking with garter flaps, and broad shoes and sporran. A brunette is worn displaying an equal step. For the ladies, they use traditional. They don't really wear kilts. However, they wear dress or plaited skirt in a tartan material. More often, do they wear a light plaid or shawl of tartan material. Okay, next. And next is Welsh national dress. It is relatively young and not famous as Scotland national dress. Still, they do have a national custom, but it is the way the ladies dress that is most well known. In fact, there isn't really a national costume for a man. Also, recently, through the rise of the nationalism in Wales, the tartan has been created, and tartan trousers or kilts are often worn. For the ladies, the typically Welsh costume consists of a hat made of a black felt with a high crown and white brim, which is worn over black cap, and this is the woman dress is most popular than women dress. Okay, next. And for the next is uh, an Irish national dress with the revival of Irish dancing. The traditional Irish costume has become associated with a bright flamboyant costume worn by a traditional Irish dancer. However, in ancient Irish, people were more likely to be seen wearing linguine. Linguine is Irish shirt from Ireland, and clothes is Irish for trousers and long cloth fastened with bronze. All in all, there are a lot of myth and legends surrounding many of the old traditional customs. And then when you do some real historical research, you will find the real that they don't have old or traditional custom. Coming next is the British one. Here we can see the 12 kings, where the leader of Victorian street seller. They got their name because they wore pro button on their head as a sign of authority. Later they began to wear clothes covered all over in buttons. The title of both kings is passed down in the family, and there are four princesses too. They now spend their free time to collect for charity, and for the picture they look like this, like the pearls and queens, the pearl king and queens, and also they have Morris dancer. Okay, next. Next is Royal Guard, or maybe we call that the Queen Elizabeth Guard. The fighters and women of the guard are very important because look after the Queen Elizabeth and her jewelry. Some people in UK, this is the nearest thing to their national costume, but the women is more look like beef fasters. And here you can see when you see foot guard, you will really easily recognize that is from UK. Okay, next.
Next, I will explain about traditional American clothing. So America doesn't have traditional customs, but some clothes represent Americans when we see them. Western wear such as denim jeans, cowboy hats, and flannel shirts has something to do with the United States. These are long-sleeve shirts made primarily of wool, though cotton versions are also available. So let us look into the types of traditional American clothing below. First is cowboy hat. The cowboy hat represents the cowboy from North America. It is a wide-brimmed hat that many people wear these days. However, farm workers in the southern and western parts of the United States wear this hat. Even musicians and rodeo competitors wear cowboy hats in North America and other countries. It is a popular traditional American clothing. It's unclear when the cowboy hat got its name, although it's been around for a long time. There was no uniform headwear for European and or Americans in the western United States at the beginning of time, yet there were a variety of styles of headwear people were going west, including top hats and bowlers, as well as Civil War era headgear and sailors' caps. Next is western shirt. Um, on both the front and the back of a conventional Western dress shirt, you'll find stylish yokes. Modern versions feature snap pockets, bandana patch, and fringe. It has chambray, denim, or tartan cloth with long sleeves. The Wild West era took place in the late Victorian era, which is why the fashions are so similar. However, numerous U.S. cavalry troopers used shields from shirts during the American Civil War, but Fairfaxers wore them first before the war. Next, bandana. Uh, this clothing is one of traditional American clothing. The bandana looks like a scarf. Some consider it to be a hat. For practical or fashionable reasons, bandanas have several paisley patterns, like the American flag. However, people tie it around the neck for sun protection. They also use it to keep dust out of the mouth and nose or mask its wearer's identity. Next is Spurs and Boots. Traditionally composed of leather or rubber, today's boots are created from a wide range of material types and designs. In addition to protecting water, extreme cold, mud, or hazards, example work shoe may include a steel toe or additional ankle support for strenuous activities with added traction requirements. Example hiking. Boots are also worn for their aesthetic appeal. Next is chaps. Hunters and vaqueros in southern use Spain would use rajones to protect their trousers against scratches caused by brushing against bushes or trees. As part of the cowboy culture, they adopt the dressing in Spanish America, and from there they make their way to American Wild West. Armas was the name they gave to the first protective leather garment worn by mounted riders herding cattle in Spain and Mexico. Last is jeans. Uh, so as early as the 17th century, jeans were the most crucial textile for northern Italians of working class origins. An artist known as the master of the blue jeans, painted a series of genre paintings in the 17th century that illustrated this. They show underprivileged people in denim-like clothing in 10 of the paintings. Chinese denim, a cheaper fabric, would have been the best choice. During the 16th century, genre painting became popular. Also, the non-nobility subject matter of all 10 works places them in the same category as other paintings depicting comparable scenes.
Okay, we will talk about national Indonesian dress now. Next, kebaya. Kebaya is traditional Indonesian national costume for women. This is indirectly blouse and dress combination is um believed to originally from the Indonesian Majapahit Kingdom era, originally worn by an ancestor of the kingdom. Kebaya was designed to give a more modest look for women and is usually worn during formal events.
Next, I will explain about batik. From national Indonesia dress, the pattern richness of batik and the painstaking process required to create one are two of the reasons why the cloth is Indonesia's pride and joy. The historical values and philosophical meanings behind every pattern makes batik even more valuable. The complicated technique and the elaborate precisions must be done by hand to achieve the design are a testament to our artistic prowess. This involve drawing the design with pencil and redrawing it using hot wax melted in an instrument that mimics a pen called chanting.
Okay, thank you. That is all from us. Thank you so much for the attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.